Welcome to Coach on exploreClarion.com. Coach to Coach is brought to you by 814classifieds.com, your local place to buy, sell, and trade. My name is Ed Baumcratz, head coach of the North Clarion Wolves, and with me today is Coach Doug Rodgers of the Clarion-Limestone Lions. Thanks, Coach, for joining me.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Exciting time of the year, getting ready for the playoffs.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good year. It was the first time in over 20 years that the CL girls have been in a championship game. Typically we play in the single A division, but this year, last 2 years actually, with just a kind of an abnormality, one of our classes is real big. We bumped up and played double A. And for them to make it to the championship this year was a pretty cool feeling around the school. How
were the girls? Are they very excited, and what's their mentality right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Very excited throughout the whole season. We started out winning the tip-off tournament. I think we were 6-7-0 at one point. So the excitement started early, and just built throughout the season. Once we got into the playoffs, a couple big wins there, and then played for the championship. So they thought it was a pretty cool season.
Can you talk about your girls? What do they mean to you?
Yeah, I always say to a lot of people, they're like my little sisters. Especially some of the seniors and things. We've been together now for 3 years, and I'm the assistant principal at the school, so I have an office there. They spend a lot of time in my office, more so for social than being in trouble.
Right.
But they keep their bags in there. They stop in between periods, get their books and things. So we have a pretty good relationship with all the girls on the team.
Can you talk about the strength of the KSAC this year in terms of girls? The South's tough, in the North, you guys in Clarion and BC. It just seems like it's a great year for girls basketball in the KSAC.
Yeah, if you just look at the district finalists, single and double A, the 4 finalists all were from the KSAC. So we as coaches kind of were emailing back and forth saying that was pretty cool to see that at the very end. And that was kind of our rallying cry through the playoffs. Let's get all KSAC teams to the finals and go from there. But it was tough. There was very few, even the weaker tier teams in the league gave us scares sometimes. So, it was a pretty tough league, as strong as I've seen it in a while.
Right. And it's fun to watch, when you have good quality girls teams playing, it's a great game to watch.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
What do you think about today's athlete compared to maybe 5-10 years ago? Is there any difference that you see coaching girls?
I think they're being pulled in a lot of different directions, and with a lot of different things at home, the computer, the social media,
right.
PlayStation games, things like that. There's a lot more things that they can get involved in and take their time away.
Right.
But if you get a tough, hard-nosed kid, it's the same tough, hard-nosed kid you had 10 years ago.
Right.
If you got somebody willing to be in the gym and work hard,
right.
It's fun to be around them.
Right. What do you expect of your girls on and off the court? Do you hold them to a higher standard than maybe a normal student at Limestone?
They better be good students. First and foremost, we make sure we stress that before the season starts, and they know. They better act right in the school, especially with me being the assistant principal.
Absolutely.
If they don't, they'll be down to see me.
Right.
We expect them to be nice young ladies, work hard, be positive role models, not just for the people in the school, but the elementary school and the community as well.
You talk to some coaches, and they say, "I don't know how you coach girls."
Mm-hmm.
They coach boys. In your opinion, what's it like coaching a girl versus a boy?
I've coached both in multiple sports. I think the coach. Has a lot more to do with what's going on during a game plan, because you can get a guy, a kid can break the game down and go to the hoop and things like that. Girls are more reliant on what you're doing as a team.
Right.
Typically you don't see a girl take over a game nearly as much as you do some guys, at least in my opinion. So as a coach, it's a lot funner because, you can game plan more. And the girls are really, our girls are very coachable. That's one thing I say as a coach, that they need to be coachable with me and the assistants as well. We went through a lot of different things throughout the course of the year, and we changed things based upon the teams we were playing, and they were very coachable through practice and film sessions and things like that.
Do you have some girls that won't shoot the ball? You have to beg them to shoot the ball.
Yeah, that definitely is it. We were just talking today at practice. We were shooting. We have a drill where everybody shoots a 3-pointer. And, our center, Abby Malott, was saying she's going to shoot one tomorrow night. And it just made me think that, how many people on our team actually are willing to pull the trigger on a shot like that. When, I don't think I've told one person all year long that was a bad shot.
Right.
It's almost we want you to do more and more.
But for a boys coach, you don't have that problem.
You're reining them in.
To shoot
absolutely. Yeah, you want to take a little time off.
Yeah. Coaching can be very stressful. I know it. You know it. What do you do to unwind and maybe relax and to relieve some stress?
It is difficult. But we just had a son 8 weeks ago today.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Going home and spending time with my wife and son has really kind of opened my eyes to a new world. And, you know, you're excited about the season and you want to keep going and going and going, but you also see the next chapter in your life starting here in a couple weeks, hopefully, you know, where you can be home and spend some time. So that's really where, after practice and after games, I've had my focus.
Before games, after games, do you have any pre-game rituals, anything that you have to do before a game? How do you prepare, I guess?
Yeah, I guess right before the game, there's a couple things that I do. When we do the national anthem, you know, I have our girls stand 1 foot inbounds, 1 foot out of bounds, and we're in a straight line or along the sideline. You'll see a lot of teams go out, you know, on the court. Why I do that, I don't know. I've just always done that. And I have my assistant coach shake the hands of the opposing players when their names are read. It's not a disrespectful thing or anything like that. People jab me and say that it's just the way I've always done things. Probably when I first started coaching, the person I was coaching with did it that way. And, you know, I like to take that time to think about what I want to say in the huddle before the game and kind of gather my thoughts.
That's good to hear. Even though this is a state playoff game coming, how do you handle this and kind of treat it like just a normal game for the girls?
Yeah, and, you know, it's difficult. At our school, we have one gym. So right now, spring sports started this week. So you got everybody in the world
baseball, track,
everybody in the world wanting that gym. So our practice were shortened a little bit. We went about an hour and 15, an hour and 20 minutes every day. But at this point in time, you know, the team we're going to play, Burrell, we've seen teams similar to them. You know, they're a Karn City type of team, and you face pressure defense. They have a player like an Emily Merriman from Cranberry. So those were the last 2 teams we played. So in terms of preparation for this game, you know, it's kind of a been there, done that type of thing. You just we got to combine Emily Merriman with Karn City and face them tomorrow night.
How are the girls right now? Are they satisfied with their season? Are they looking to do more? What's their demeanor right now?
You know, after the district championship game, you know, I wanted us to focus on the big picture and look back and say, you know, it's been 20 years since we've been here. You know, we were trying, as a couple of people at school the other day, when was the last time CL played for a district championship in anything? It's been a long time. We couldn't even really come up with it. So we wanted to look at the big picture and see, you know, yeah, we had a good year. You know, we did some good things. We had a good record. We got into the playoffs, won some ball games, and we're competitive in the district championship. But as a competitive person, you want to win no matter what you're doing.
Right.
You know, it doesn't matter what game or what thing you're being involved in. You want to win. So I hope the girls come out tomorrow night with that mentality. And when we throw it up, I don't care who it is. You want to try and score more points than them and get the W.
And you spoke about your opponent. So, you know, how do you feel about them, Burrell? And kind of maybe a little bit of your game plan. What do you got to do?
Well, they won 25 straight games. They're 25-0 going into the Whitfield Championship, and then they played Seton LaSalle, who's the #1 team in the state, and lost pretty handily. Lost by about 21 points. So, you know, we're kind of hoping they have that hangover mentality coming into this game. And a lot of times, Whitfield teams, that's the pinnacle for them. The Whitfield Championship sometimes is seen as bigger than the PIAA Championship. So we're hoping that they're looking past us or just kind of looking on to softball or track or something like that, and we can catch them off guard. But they're very athletic. They play a full court style of defense, zone press, man press. I got a couple films on them. And they have one girl, number 21, Bordenero, I think is how you pronounce her last name. She's a Pepperdine recruit. She's a junior. And she's pretty tough. So, you know, we got our work cut out for us, but, you know, I compare her to an Emily Merriman from Cranberry, same style of player. Their style of play is just like Karn City did to us. So we have seen it. We just got to put it all together, you know, and hopefully come out on top.
It seems like maybe the first 5 minutes might be, you know, setting up the game.
Yeah, and what do they know about us? You know, have they got a film on us? I'm sure they probably have. But, you know, they're going to come out and try and establish their dominance right away. And, you know, if we can hang with them, get a couple of hoops, and break their pressure, you know, we have a couple things, you know, lined up to hopefully break their press a little bit. If we can get some easy hoops and kind of make them realize that we're there to play, you know, hopefully it'll be a different ball game.
You might have answered some of my question here, but what are 3 keys to your success for tomorrow night?
I think, number one, we got to handle the pressure. You know, we have struggled with that a little bit. And if, you know, anybody who's seen the Karn City game and the championship there, we broke it better than we did during the regular season, but still not good enough to win the ball game. We just need to relax and understand. You know, a lot of time, going back to your question about girls and guys, girls tend to dwell on things a lot longer than guys do. We always say there's no rewind button. There's no going back. You make a mistake, you learn from it, and you move on. We always, when we make a mistake, sometimes we hang our heads and dwell on it. So 1 turns into 2, 2 turns into 5, and going down that road. handle the pressure, because any team that plays you 95 feet like that, you're going to have turnovers. Yeah. You're going to make mistakes. You just want to make sure the good's more than the bad. Right. I guess another thing, limit them to one shot. We do want to, kind of sit back a little bit on defense and hopefully put 5 of our players to the defensive glass, limit them to one, get rebounds, protect it, get an outlet pass, and go from there. And play fearless. I mean, you're in the state playoffs. Right. You haven't been there in a long time. You were in a district championship game. So all those positives, last thing we want to do is go out on a sour note
right.
and have anybody say, man, that basketball season was rough. Right. Win or lose, whatever happens, give your best effort, play fearless, and have fun.
Right. It seems like it's a good time to be a Clarion-Limestone fan. Boys are doing well and did well, and you guys are doing well. How's the community jumped on your back and helped you through this?
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. You've seen it as the years went on. More people start showing up at games, more people are calling, asking when games are.
If you win, they will come, right?
Yeah, right. That's pretty much the way it is. And, we've had, whiteouts at games and things like that. And, student section's been pretty cool to see. We had somebody wear the mascot the other day. It's been years since we had anybody want to put the mascot on. But it's good for the school spirit. I mean, sports at Clarion-Limestone over the past 5-6 years haven't been extremely successful. I don't know. I should have asked a couple of our newspaper guys. I don't know the last time the boys and girls had this successful of a season together at the same time. So we're rallying around it and really enjoying it.
Well, Coach, I think you did very well with the interview, and I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks
I appreciate
a lot.
it.
And good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Ed Baumcratz for exploreClarion.com. Thanks for watching Coach to Coach.